Foresight with Logic. May 15, 2015. By now, dear ones, you are well aware all actions generate outcomes. It is essential to your ability to make choices to understand the fundamental truth behind all you do and the power that you have to change your course and direction of this magnificent journey. It makes little difference what your current situation is. You can begin at this very moment, preparing for new changes, as you become less confused and more clear as to where you want to go and how your actions play an important role on how successful you are getting there. All it takes, dear ones, is one radical thought, different than what you usually follow, to create a better, more truthful existence for your life. We see so many trapped by conditioned ways of being and living, and they try fruitlessly to add new things, but they have not yet let go of the old debilitating ways. You can't have both. The old dragging you down ways, alongside the bright new ways. It is a choice only you can make, but one that will lead you towards a more positive and natural way of living that is less complex and chaotic. As you continue pushing your way forward, never forget that every choice you make also carries a consequence. Before you begin making plans for bringing something new to your life that would change how you do things, question yourself. Is this something my heart wants me to do, or is my little self pulling me here? Just because a new way of living and being has grabbed your attention, doesn't mean it is something your heart and soul wants for you at that moment. Leave your expectations aside, and stop expecting and assuming to find something where there is nothing. We see so often people putting their efforts into visualizing what their better life would look like and then expect it to manifest. And if what they envision doesn't happen, they pass lots of blame around, not realizing or dawning on them that visualization alone is not enough. Visualization without action will not bring the changes needed to better your life. Each of you need to take action. When you envision how delicious a piece of cake or a carefully prepared gourmet dish will taste, it will not give satisfaction to the hunger you bring about. It is your actions, dear ones, that are needed to bring any visualization to a successful, meaningful outcome. The consequences of your actions are derived from one very simple, yet fundamental truth: actions always deliver outcomes. What that means, dear ones, is that you need to put the rule of consequence into realistic practice, as well as taking a willing approach to accept personal accountability for the choices you have made in your life and the choices you are yet to make. Being accountable also means to let go of your fantasy idea that your personal world will magically be transformed into what you have envisioned without you making a single ounce of effort. To see change, you must make change happen, starting with you. So many fairy tales write about living happily ever after, a promised better life without ever giving any effort to attain it. But the reality is, dear ones, you need to apply effort from your heart and soul to make things happen. Are you capable in this time and place to really, truly embrace a truthful approach to cultivating a better authenticity on all levels? You understand that when we talk about consequence, we are generally speaking of the law of cause and effect. It is important that you understand that every result or outcome is the effect, and every reason is the cause. All that you do is an action. Even when you choose to not do anything, you are still making a choice, therefore an action. Every action you do will deliver you to some kind of outcome. When you wisely consider the possible consequence of your actions, words, thoughts, or even your choices in advance, you have a greater potential of being more successful at cultivating outcomes that you prefer. Being able to recognize the rule of consequence as being a primary ingredient to understanding how you are able to affect your own authentic life incredibly empowers you to know at a profound level that all your actions as causes will lead you towards a result that will have some kind of effect. Realizing that there is something to benefit from such knowledge requires you to be willing to accept accountability for your own behavior, which includes your actions. So many dear souls find it difficult to see the simplicity of cause and effect and go to great lengths to make complex definitions and descriptions when in truth it is quite simple. Most of the time people generally talk about the actions and then the reactions. But if you took the time to develop some foresight, to logically consider how your words and or actions will affect other areas in your life or another dear soul, Maybe then you would make better choices that will positively influence the quality of your life. The next time you are about to make a choice, take some time to think it through to a logical conclusion. Ask yourself some pertinent questions that require only truthful and honest answers. Ensure without doubt that the choice you are about to make is of the highest of good and will cultivate favorable consequences, or is the choice you are about to make you feel you might regret it later on. As you get into the healthful habit of thinking your decisions through before acting with ill-considered haste, you find you have made a bright breakthrough for the betterment of your life. Changes don't have to be huge to be effective, they just need you to make them happen. And so it is. I'm Ascended Master, Serapis Bey through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com